Can you stand up and sit down at the same time? Why not? Claudette Colvin and Rosa Parks did it. You see, they were standing up for all of us while they were sitting in those seats. They said no. And how can you have a dream when you have no bed because your home was burned down and you ain't been getting no sleep? Martin did it. You see, just like black men today, he was told that he'd fail and he was thrown in a cell without a reason to tell. But guess what? On April 16th of 1963, he wrote a letter from that Birmingham jail. And the little Einsteins weren't the first ones to go on a trip. Macy Jemison was the first black woman to go to space in a NASA rocket ship. But you wouldn't know that because in elementary, they preferred fairy tales and songs. And up until I just told you, you only educated about Neil Armstrong. That's because when the foundation of the first school systems were built, blacks were still in the field. And it remained that way until Ruby Bridges came along. She was the first fly in the milk. Her and her family had so much dedication that they raised the Declaration against segregation just to get an education. How about Lil Pump, Lil Baby, and Lil Bo? The new rappers? I bet you can name them all. But how many of y'all know about Robert Smalls? He was born into slavery and sent to war like the rest of our kind. But him, he was different. He came out a pilot, a sea captain, and a black politician. Black men today are always in competition. We can't just be friends. Robert Smalls stood tall. He freed himself, his men, his family, and the family of his friends. How many times have you heard a young black woman say that she wanted to grow up and become a nurse? They've been taught all the requirements and necessary skills, but nobody told them that Dr. Rebecca E. Crumpler was the first. Sure, we know about the riots and Trayvon, how he was killed when he left the store, but we don't know enough about the things that came before, like how we couldn't have civil rights, but we could fight in the Civil War, or the reasoning behind us being brought over on boats, so that the 15th Amendment really didn't even give us the right to vote. We still got hope, but the world got artillery. We just want equality, but we can't overcome oppression, and we still stuck in misery. Our past is full of unsung heroes, unacknowledged talent, inventions, and victories. I bet y'all ain't know that a statue of a black woman was the original, imitated, and made into the Statue of Liberty. We're really young kings and queens, but the world has more to say. They see us, they see a threat. They cringe and pretend to care and smile right in our face. We're sympathized for rather than empathize with, and they think they're doing us a favor by putting us on display. They've even given us our own month, the one with only 28 days. They even stand with us and scream that Black Lives Matter. Laura Ingraham showed us that's them. It's just a cliche. Educate yourselves, because if you leave it to the world to do, it'll all remain a mystery. With the good and the bad, this is I am, you are, and the world is Black history.